Said before, when a similar incident like this occurred in Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon, that we will pursue them, and the decision is theirs. Either they meet a judge or they meet their maker. I encourage them to meet a judge.
The police never ask me. Them ask me, them say, them are kill me. Them never stop.
The police won't stop till they kill you?
Yes.
Why would the police have an interest in you?
Family background.
Family background?
Yes.
So have you been in contact with any lawyers or any?
No, I did not.
Where you are now, are you alone or you're in the company of others?
Yes. No, I'm alone.
Okay. But are you surrounded?
No.
Okay.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
It's Countryman again. Just I lick you with some wisdom, and I lick you with some knowledge. You gotta take inside your brain. It says, son, I've learned a lot out of reading people's faces. No matter how them are going, like them original, them fake. You gotta know when to walk and know when to run and know when to fall and know when to stand.
Viewers' discretion is advice. One more time. Viewers' discretion is advice.
We begin with a developing story. 3 men were fatally shot during a reported confrontation with the police in Clarendon this afternoon.
So he had that history and he was wanted. And he has been identified as Colin Midna Sr.
Up first this evening, Spanish Town-based gang leader Rudolph Shaw, popularly known as Baxter, was fatally shot during a police operation in St. Andrew this afternoon.
Now, one of Westmoreland's most wanted was shot dead in St. James on Sunday. Now,
I wish to confirm to the Jamaican people that Nestor Morrison, OC Bigger Crime of 11 miles Bull Bay, which is the border of St. Thomas, was fatally shot during an intelligence-led operation by the security forces in Langville Park, Clarendon.
One of the person has been identified as one of St. Catherine North most wanted. Is Zimroy Geddes, otherwise called Zim. And he has been on the St. Catherine North wanted list for some time. Even about 3 weeks ago, he was featured on the JCF Wanted Wednesday page, inviting him.
Of St. Andrew South police most wanted men were cut down by the police in separate incidents yesterday. The first, Dwayne Hall, otherwise called Killy, Crazy or Pops, was shot in an alleged confrontation with the police.
Who was responsible for in excess of 6 murder is person of interest in a number of these cases.
With a developing story, one of St. James's most wanted, Ryan Peterking, more popularly known as Ratty, was shot and killed by lawmen in a joint police-military operation in Berkshire, Westmoreland this morning. Police have not released the identity of the other man. According to police reports, Peterking, who was the leader of the Ratty gang, engaged a police-military team in a shootout in the hills of Berkshire, which borders Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. An AK-47 rifle with several rounds and a 9mm semi-automatic pistol were also seized.
A man who the police declared was one of the country's most wanted was killed during an early morning security operation in the Amity area of Cambridge, St. James. The deceased, Delano Wilmot, otherwise called Preke Boy, and his gang were linked to at least 12 murders, one as recent as 2 weeks ago. We have more in this report.
Said to be wanted in connection with a double murder last month in Stony Hill, St. Andrew, was yesterday shot dead during a police operation in Montego Bay, St. James.
In recent years, Jamaica has gone through a lot of things when it comes to our police. The country has faced significant challenge regarding police use of force and fatal shooting. Today, we're giving a deep dive into some stats and the reality of police shooting in Jamaica. We are going to examine the trends, cause, and potential solutions. Let's go. According to Indicom, and Indicom is the Independent Commission of Investigation. They said there was approximately 100 to 200 involved fatalities annually between 2014 and 2020. So just imagine 1 to 200 every year from 2014 to 2020. They said most of the shooting, like 70% of the fatalities, is in Kingston and St. Andrew. What we're going to do, we want to look in a historical context of Indicom and the police force.
The police reports that armed with a search warrant, a team went to the specified address where a confrontation occurred, resulting in the demise of Mr. Green. The law enforcement body has reported that a 9mm pistol and ammunition were recovered in the incident.
I don't want to comment too much on the specific circumstances, but I note the report of the superintendent here who said that one of the persons who is suspect to be involved in the shooting, that they met what I would consider to be their just fate if they were involved. And the JCF and the JDF will maintain their posture of being very aggressive but just.
We have called upon the citizens to cooperate, to come forward and to provide the police with the information. I am heartened by some of the things I'm hearing so far in relation to persons who might be aware of who the perpetrators are, and we're just urging that more information come forward.
We have used the anti-gang legislation and we are constantly eroding the gangs as much as we can. But we can't wait until we have put together an entire case around a gang. So the strategy is to be preemptive as well, in addition to the kind of kinetic operations that we have. Said before, when a similar incident like this occurred in Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon, that we will pursue them and the decision is theirs. Either they meet a judge or they meet their maker. I encourage them to meet a judge.
Now I talk about Jamaica and the other Caribbean islands then. But I have said that Jamaica is way ahead a lot of these Caribbean islands. For example, we have the Independent Commission who investigate police shooting and police brutality. And the Independent Commission of Investigation, Indicom, was established in 2010. It's a creation aimed to enhance the accountability and transparency within the Jamaica security forces by investigating incidents involving police misconduct, including those resulting in death, injury, or abuse of rights. So that right there says it all. Mr. Panton is the commissioner of the Indicom, and Indicom, they only answer to the court system. The only thing the politician can do is change the law. But as the law stands, Indicom, they answer to the courts, and they do not have arresting powers, which I think that's where the law has failed.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Them come on the sound of it. Lift up, move. 100 all of them are headshot. All of them dead on the spot. I'm in my kitchen, and the people in there control the bar. With the general there, watch him play ball, and him son dead too, and him dead like so.
Bugger screaming and people are run. That's all me hear. Bugger screaming. So I lay down flat and I tell the little girl don't move, because she want to run out of the shop. So I said don't move. When the shooting stop, went out of the shop. I see 3 man. I was like, I don't understand this. So same time now the van with my brother did in. I see the van and the van was chuckling and I say, so my brother there? And my said to me, say, see him down there in bed. Paying this right now, you know, friend. I see it here. I can't even explain this, you know. I just have to go and hold it, you know. Because my mother left on my case, my brother didn't left on my case, everybody left on my case right now, you know.
I team here, the Kingston Eastern Division, we're not going to put up with what is happening because we continue to work hard. September was a 0 murder month for us, and we are now at the 21st of October, and this is the first major incident that we are seeing, and 5 one time.
Now, my biggest problem with the police, and this is police everywhere, but especially in Jamaica and the Caribbean, it's the accountability, because you can see where people's rights have been violated on a constant basis and there's no accountability. One strange thing that I notice is, like, say you have a killing happen in Jamaica, then as soon as the killing happen, couple hours later you hear police kill one of the man who do the killing and they find a gun, but a lot of times we don't find a gun. And I would like to see more transparency with that when it comes to the Jamaican police. Even body cams, you know, we're not saying give away your location or screw up your police operation. What we want is transparency. And another thing I can't understand is how do they obtain a warrant? How do they gather information and analyze information, and then how is that transferred into a warrant or transferred to a wanted list or transferred to some kind of intelligence list? All those areas is very strange, and I think clarity needs to be on that. Like I said, one of the biggest things, maybe the police them should be proactive. But even when they say they're proactive, which they kill a wanted man, it's only 1 or 2 wanted man that we actually know says wanted and say, okay, yeah, the man that is wanted, we know say him wanted. But majority of the other people that get gunned down by police, we cannot verify anything because everything is so top secret. The police don't have no information, the judge. So to me, that's one of the biggest things, and that needs to change. And if they work on transparency, then they'll have better policing. So the root cause of the police incident, killing and fatal wounding and stuff like that, I am not no expert in terms of degree in that area, but I may be an expert in terms of gang and police operation and how certain things are, because obviously I am Countryman. I am one of the most notorious crime fighter, bounty hunter out there when it comes to crime, and certain crimes I don't like. And if I get those kind of crime come across my desk, I go for it, you know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing, I think, if the police starts to honor the constitutional rights of citizens, then I think the citizens them would mellow down. Another big problem that we have, and I don't know how we can solve this, because I think the police them is well trained in Jamaica. They're trained to be in urban area, tight space, and so Jamaican police are well trained. But I think by having the police and the soldier been policing us for the longest time, for over 50, 60 years. What it has done, it has, you train these guys in the ghetto and certain area to become urban fighters. And then there's another thing that is lacking: social and economic change. And social change meaning, an easier way to explain social change is like build community centers, sponsor certain social events. You understand? That has a purpose. Pretty much social engineering. So put up billboards, do different things, create programs for that. That is very important. And last but not least, the economic factors. So if we're not creating jobs, you understand, there is no way you're gonna have these ghettos and these garrisons and them area civilized, because economics is one of the biggest factor, along with social factors. Feeling a sense of want, feeling a sense of love, feeling a sense of family. Couple that with the gonna get money and give people money, then you're gonna have this mess all the time. In terms of reform, my thing about reform would be police camera and GPS on every car, and every police to wear camera on every operation. A police can't be on duty and do not have a camera. You understand? And that's the reform that I would like to see. And then once that reform comes through, then we can begin to see and have data and document certain things, and we could see bad trends or good trends that's going on with the police. Last but not least, a big reform. I feel like the Jamaica Defense Force needs to stay in their lane. They don't need to be policing the civilians. Once again, you do that, you turn the civilians into urban fighters. Real statistics, when you look at police shootout and police shooting within the Caribbean, Jamaica have the most police shooting. But when you look at men, these are gang member or people shooting back at police, it's also Jamaicans. And Jamaica hit the list on that. Why? We are trained by the army and by the police over a period of time to become urban guerrilla fighters. So my conclusion is, you understand, the police shooting in Jamaica is a complex issue, because at the same time, we want the police them do them job and get rid of them bottom feeder. And I'm just being honest. Sometimes people have to dead for you move on and have things better. But with that said, I think in my conclusion, body camera, you understand, upholding the constitution better and align with the judges on the constitution, better accountability and transparency in how the wanted list is put together, how the police them gather certain information, warrants, and that deals with constitutional rights. So those are the kind of hot topics and hot reform that I think the Jamaica police government need with their police. People are saying community policing, but I think Jamaica police do some of the best community policing, because at any given time you see a police in a area chill out with man and man, and I go bar or drink, whatever. And to me, that's police, community policing, because you have to get to know your community. If you're a police, it's just that they need to maximize those kind of links that the police have within the community into a positive thing, and that's the way I see it. So yeah, police shooting in Jamaica more than every Caribbean, 1 to 200 police shooting every year since 2014. So you know, if 2014 to 2020, how much 2024, how much years that? And then you just do the math and you will get the stats. So you know, it's very alarming, very concerning, and at the same time, compared to a lot of these Caribbean islands, Jamaica is actually way ahead and is doing a lot better in terms of crime fighting. But we still have some of the most vicious crime. We have the most murder, and that is because of the other factors that I spoke about. And hopefully this video can educate people on what we go through in dealing with Jamaica and certain things on St. Lucia. Listen, my name is Countryman.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.